Alright, this is J Dragon, and I'd like to welcome y'all to the Dragon Net, because today this is just going to be about erasers. These are the cheap versions. These are not the expensive versions. No, this is not the Mr. Clean ones, but they work just as well. I know my background looks like a mess, but I've been working on something else and it's just taking a little while. Let me grab one of the other ones. More of a expensive kind that I would usually use, but I don't really use it all that much because it's expensive. Why do that when for $10 I can get 100 of these, which is coming in the mail not too much longer, so I ain't worried about using these as much. But with Mr. Clean, that's what started it all for me, and then I came up with quite a few other ideas for him. Just let me set that up right there. One, I came up with a opener and started putting them in, and which is this one. And what you would do with this, all that dust and dirt over there, fill it up with water, which it still seems to have. Take your brush, clean it off, and it does a really good job of getting the stuff off your brush on the top. Now, it's not going to bring your brush back to life, but it will help get the paint off quicker. Like if, let's say, you wanted to sit right there and reuse the brush again instead of swapping to another one, sit right there, pull that in, get all the paint off, take and rinse this off. The eraser looks brand new. The brush will look cleaner. And this is an old brush, and sometimes I didn't clean it like I was supposed to, but it's still usable. It's still got a soft tip, not hard. It works well, and it works pretty good. See, at first I was doing this with this, and the paint would still clean off, but it cleaned off a lot better with these than this. So I would just sit right there and hit it down with some water, fill it up, and put that in there. In other words, I would also take and cut these into like 4s. And the reason that I would do that to these, it's not my favorite clippers, but the reason that I would do these is I would get fingernail polish remover or acetone. I've been using this for a while, so it has done a number on it. Regular straight up strong acetone. I don't like to wear gloves using this, so this is the my main one that if I think the product the shoe needs it, I'll use it. It's the strongest acetone I got, but in retrospect, if I don't need it, I'll sit right there and go for this. And this I basically got at the Dollar Tree. Hopefully you can find them. They got pumps, which is also where I got that pump for the acetone. And what I would do was sit right there, boom boom boom, but you would have to turn it and then sit right there, and then it'll press down and stuff like that. And we would sit right there and use it to clean the shoe as much as we can, and seems to do a good job at it. And it seems to when you use these are a little bit more like almost like a, what's the word, I do apologize, I couldn't think of the word, so I had to take a moment to remember. So it was basically, this would be like a light sandpaper. It could take the paint off along with it, which will make it easier for your paint to stick up on your shoe more, and it will work a whole lot better. That's another thing I like to use these erasers for, is taking the paint off, getting the finish off, and it does a real good job of doing that. Instead of just cleaning up the those things, I also like to use them on the bottom of the shoes, like right in here or wherever it's the most dirtiest at. So if you can see, or do I need to tone down the light a little bit for you to see? Seeing how dirty it is. Now, I usually take a foam one, and then don't always do it like that. I would take a regular brush to start it off, like this one. So basically with this one, I would sit right there and say to use that to rub at first, and then that way you ain't getting as much foam all over the place on it. And this really comes in handy. And then grab one of the quarter ones, and then now, as you can see, it's cleaned it up. It usually gets into the things when you press down on it, but that also means that it's going to tear away, which is fine because these are throwaways. I mean, they're so cheap you don't have to worry about tearing them up. Now, the only bad thing about it is you can't get the shoestrings with it. That's why you sit right there and go in with this or anything else that'll hit the brush right in there, which will help the most, and we clean it. But this is like the first thing you would do to get it started. Now, sometimes some people ask me if I should sit right there and use it to clean the shoe on the top. Really, I don't recommend it all the way. I would sit right there and hang against it unless you're going to paint over the shoe. Like this one's got little scratches and stuff right there, and if I want to sit right there and go back over the shoe with a little bit of paint, I would probably use it to clean it up, because it would speed up the cleaning process and stuff. And if you could look where the part is, it got out most of the dirt right there, but it didn't get all of it. But I was just really just trying to do it so you could see it for that moment and realize that these are pretty good. I will go on Amazon and search out for Mr. Cleans, find the 100 packs, $10, and get it off of Amazon. Now, I'm not saying that the Mr. Clean is wrong. It's just as good. It probably even better. It lasts a little bit longer. Now, you can sit right there and take these things down all the way down, then throw what little tiny bit is away, because I usually use it down to the last little bit. And we also got my other favorites, which are the shoe erasers. These are mostly to erase what's on the bottom of the shoe. If you can see right up here, it's showing before and after. That's supposed to be the dirty one, and that's supposed to be the clean one. As you can see, I've had this out and it's gotten a little bit of dirt on it. I haven't used it yet, but this has got a scrub part which helps more into getting into the shoe right. But you can also use these along with it, but I like them because I like these as well, because they're not as rough as these, because there's more of a chance it could scratch up your finish and mess up your shoe a little bit. But they both work in the same manner. It's a little bit easier on the rubber of the shoe. Now, this does do a good job, and it is pretty good. Now, I'm talking to you about this stuff because I did a video about this versus Mr. Clean, and it really didn't say which one I like better or which one's the best. Now, they're both on even terms, but this one's got more for doing the bottom of your shoes. This one works better at probably cleaning everything else, except it can also do the middle, but it's not going to get out as much as this would, because it's got this extra graded stuff that this does. So I will go with this if you're just going to do the bottom of the shoes, but you can get so many more of these and get a couple of these in. But if you're just in a hurry, just go ahead and get these. I get these at the Dollar Tree. Look at your Dollar Tree, no matter which one you can. Look around, you'll find them. They'll probably be there. Now, Now don't get me wrong, Mr. Clean are good stuff. You can use it for cleaning. I use it to also get to finish off the shoes, and they work really well. And they can also clean off your paint brushes and stuff like that. I was also going to sit right there and show a little extra thing off for y'all. What I like to do is, if I sit right there and use my brush, I dip it in there and would clean it off on one of these or something like that. And then I sit right there, take a paper clip, put it in there, hold it up, and there you go. That will keep your moisture on your paintbrush. Then your water's still there, and put it off to the side and go on to the next one. And what I do is, I got a bunch of these. I keep them. I get them from the Dollar Tree, and also get them at Walmart's and stuff like that. But I'd rather get them at the Dollar Tree because they'll be cheaper and there's more of them into it. You can use them for mixing and other stuff. Works really well. Also get these at the Dollar Tree because if I want to sit right there and do extra paint and figure out what kind it is, I know I'm going to use this. I know what it's for. It's already got GAC 900 or Too Soft in it, whichever one of the two. I know I put them in it, and it works really well. What GAC 900 and Too Soft does, when you heat it up as it's being used, it sits right there and makes the paint feel like cloth, and it's just mainly helps it for cloth. What it does, it helps put the special level of it being like call-off paint. Alright, that's all I got for you. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification button for every YouTube video I lay down, and give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whichever ones you want to. Appreciate you all for watching. Thank you.